Good afternoon everyone, TMMgamer here, bringing you some more Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay to try and fill the void the PSN has left. Now, the original plan was for me to upload part 2 of my How to Get Better at Call of Duty tutorial today, but unfortunately when I went to do the video this morning I realised I've left it on my file share on the PS3, so that's not going to happen. But what I have for you instead is another gameplay which I think underlines the importance of holding the centre of the map and map control in Domination, and it's a ground war domination game on WMD, and I'm using the M60 with Hardline, Steady Aim Pro and Hacker Pro. Now the key for any game on WMD is holding this building I'm about to get into now, because if you hold that building you can watch B and A very easily. You can see the routes that they're going to move to B and A from the C spawn, and you can see pretty much the entirety of the C spawn. And if you want to get good scores regularly on this map, and perhaps it's not your favourite map and you struggle on it, just try and play a few games holding this central building, and I almost guarantee it that your scores will dramatically improve. Because as you know, I'm looking out this window here, you can see that part of the spawn, you can see B from that little room to the left of the main room, and you can see pretty much the entire of the map from here. And if your team holds this building, you're going to do very well to lose the game. But like I was saying, you know, unfortunately I was going to put the part 2 of the oh, that's a ridiculous kill there, and I had some choice language for the guy who shot me. Yeah, like I was going to say, I was going to put part 2 of my How to Get Better at Call of Duty video up today, but unfortunately the PSN's crashed, doesn't it? And all of my gameplay that I wanted to use for it is on the PlayStation Network in my theatre mode, so I couldn't use that. But fortunately I was having a quick look around my laptop and I managed to find this gameplay, and it's a pretty good score. It's a little slow paced, but games on this map can be, because if you go charging around the map the spawns can switch quite a lot and you end up losing control of the centre of the map, which in Domination is the most important thing. Now you might have a very bad score at the end of the day, but if you hold the centre of the map you're helping your team to win. And as you can see on the mini-map now, my teammates have already pushed them back into the spawn. They're holding the building directly in front of the C spawn, so the majority of the enemy is spawning to the left of B at the moment from where I'm looking. So I've got to stay in this building and help hold it, and as you can see here I move across to defend this little area. Now a key thing on, well, just in general really, is I think you might have noticed it earlier in the video, the enemy had a counter spy plane up, and when the enemy had that counter spy plane up, someone on our team called the spy plane in. Now that's just, it's a waste. I really don't know why people do it. I mean, sometimes occasionally in the rush of the moment you might forget, but the you know, this counter spy was up for quite a while, and then the spy plane came in and you're just wasting a kill streak there. So I recommend you don't call any kill streaks at all when you have an enemy counter spy up, because you know, napalms and rolling thunder, you can't see the maps, you can't ensure you're gonna aim them properly. And when it comes to napalm, aiming is the most important part of it. So if you put it in a low traffic area, it's gonna do very little for the team. But as you saw earlier, if you put it right on top of C, it can act as a barrier for people to B. When they come out of their spawn, they're slowed up by the napalm and they've got to wait around and enable your team to establish map control, which is the most important thing in Domination. That's what I'm doing here a little bit. You know, they are beginning to push the map a little here, but I'm trying to hold this central building and hold them off and try and keep them trapped in their spawn, and it works out very nicely for me in the end. Just a little bit on the weapon, I'm using the M60 with the extended mags attachment. It's called the Big Ammo, and with this you have 200 bullets uninterrupted and there's no need for reloading, so there's absolutely no point in having a sleight of hand perk on this. So what I go for in the end is steady aim, because the M60's only real weakness is close combat, because up against like a 74U, a FAMAS, a shotgun, you're going to lose 90% of the time with the M60. However, the steady aim perk helps alleviate this somewhat, because it means your hip fire is a lot more accurate than it would otherwise be. So if you turn the corner and run into someone with a shotgun, you can try and spray him down and your success rate goes up quite dramatically. So it's about compensating for the weakness. Now I use the extended mags attachment instead of the grip. A lot of people like to use the grip on the M60, and I've used it quite a lot, and it is very effective. But the fact is, when you pick the grip, it's only very rarely that you're actually going to use it over very, very extreme ranges. And if you find yourself over very, very extreme ranges quite often, it's probably best to go for a sniper rifle, because the M60 is best at medium to long range, not at the very highest ranges. And this is what this map is pretty much. WMD is a haven of medium to long range firefights. Obviously, if in and around this building, this central building, you can get quite a lot of short stuff, and that's where a FAMAS can come in very handy in open energy, because you have slightly better mobility with it. But I would say the M60 is probably the perfect weapon for this map, because it has short range capability if you use steady aim, it has great medium range capability anyway, and it has pretty good long range capability even without the grip. And with the big ammo attachment, that's 200 bullets of sustained fire you can get down range without reloading. As you can see here, it just tears people up. Like 2 or 3 bullets and they're down most of the time, so you can absolutely shred people with it. It's one of my favourite weapons. Unfortunately, you cannot be as aggressive with it, but what you can do is hold ground. If you've seen the Xbox Ahoy video when he uses the M60, he says it's probably one of the best defensive weapons in the game, and I totally agree with that assessment. When people are coming towards you, this weapon has very, very few equals, because it can mow people down, it has great stopping power, great bullet penetration, and it can really wreck shop, and that's what happens in this game. I get quite a good defensive position, and there's only a certain amount of ways they can come to try and kick me out of it, and they are walking into my gun sights, and I'm quite happily mowing them down all day long. So if you haven't given the M60 a try, I really do recommend it. It's a brilliant, brilliant weapon. A lot of people just seem to get tunnel vision on the FAMAS and the 74U, and they think that those are the only 2 good weapons in the game. But the other weapons in the game are very, very usable. You just need to stick to their strengths, and this is what I do on this gameplay. I keep all the engagements as far away from me as possible, and unfortunately I didn't quite get the defend on B there. A little bit slow on the uptake. But if you keep people at arm's reach with this weapon, it is absolutely amazing. And that little gunfight there was a very good example of the recoil. It's a little more than, say, a FAMAS or an Enfield, but it's still very, very controllable, and I really do strongly recommend you using this weapon. Right, here's a good little tip for you. Never ever use the attack chopper. As you saw there, it keeps people's chopper gunners out the sky, and for a 7 kill streak it really is very, very poor. For 1 more kill you can get a Blackbird, which is one of the better kill streaks in the game. So if you don't, if you like running the attack chopper, I recommend you drop it for a few games, try the Blackbird and see how your score improves, because I've used the attack chopper a few times and the most kills it's ever got for me is 4. Now for a 7 kill streak that is rubbish, and the fact is that the vast majority of people in the game like to run a class with Strela 3s, so they just switch to that class and they can take it out the sky incredibly quickly. So my own personal opinion is don't use it, but if you like it then that's up to you. But if you're going for very good scores, I would recommend not to use it. And actually on WMD I'd recommend not using the chopper gunners, because I've left them both in the game, and as you can see they don't really go mad. Now on maps like Jungle, the chopper gunner will absolutely clear up. It can get you 20 or 30 kills very, very easily if the enemy team are bad and they don't shoot it down. Nice little double spray there. Get the second chance for Waster out. But as you can see here, the game is won, so I've decided to go a little bit more aggressive. I've rushed their spawn, and he gets me killed in the end, but it doesn't matter. Once you've got all of your kill streaks, it's probably best to be aggressive, because it doesn't really matter if you die. If you've got, you've got your dogs or got your chopper gunner or whatever, you gain absolutely no benefit from playing defensively. You might as well rush around a bit and try and get a few more kills. And I totally did not realise that guy was a member of the enemy team. I thought he was a friendly, and that got me killed. But the final score doesn't really get impacted by it. And as you can see here, just that guy is totally oblivious, just running straight in front. And it takes quite a few bullets to take him down. Probably the connection had a little lag there, but we get the kill. And I'm back into the prime position of the map again. And you can stay here pretty much the entire game and get very, very good scores. And that's what I'm here to try and help you guys with. I am not some incredible MLG player, but I can get very, very good scores very easily just by sticking to my strengths. And I have pretty decent mid-range aim, and I pick classes that, help me to be better over medium to long ranges. And every now and again I will whack out a shotgun class, you know, I've got a gameplay for you with a SPAS 12, and I go something like 60 and 5 with it. I'm not quite sure on the exact details, but I'll put that up soon. So I can do the up close and rushing stuff as well. But the gameplay's coming to an end now, and I hope you enjoyed it. The final score is 50 and 4, and it's another example of how to play Domination, in my opinion anyway. If you hold the centre ground of the map, you're going to do a lot better 90% of the time than if you rush around. So just a quick update on what's coming up. I've done a Portal 2 multiplayer Let's Play with my friend Beamer from uni. Unfortunately, it didn't have any live commentary up because I had to use some massive fan to try and cool my laptop down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to record some commentary over that, and I'll start to put that up in 15-minute episodes for you this week. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. It's TMMgamer here. Could you please leave a like if you enjoyed the video? Thanks for watching.